Hi Fish fam, it's Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and let's go back to play some Modern Merfolk. So far this deck has been running really well for me, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The soul of this deck is that it plays Mistcaller to basically neutralize versus all those stupid Blink decks and Reanimator decks, and against any other random deck, it's a 1-1 for 1. And of course, the other soul of this deck is we're very heavy on interaction at 1 mana, like Consign to Memory, Stern Scolding, Mystical Dispute, more Consign to Memories, Dismember, so that we don't 2-for-1 ourselves to death. Because I don't think this is a metagame where you want to 2-for-1 yourself over and over and over again, and then you have just nothing to play with. Like, you know, if your opponent plays Solitude and you're always playing a 2-for-1 like Flare of Denial or Subtlety, then eventually you're going to run out of more resources than your opponent does. So we need to be very careful on the resources. With this deck list, and by the way, if you want a sideboard guide, I've got it in the description. Let's get into our Modern League. We won the die roll in game 1. Hand looks great. We're going to keep it. We have card advantage, interaction. We have multiple 1-drops. There's nothing not to like here. Let's start the party off with our Gloomlake Verge into our Mistcaller and pass. We have a little bit of something versus every deck that we could possibly play against. Oh no, is it energy? Is it energy? Boo. Boo. What the hell land is this? Lands just don't look like lands anymore. They ain't what they used to be. Oh, Sigarda's, that's great. Okay, so we're up against Hammer. That I can deal with. We have multiple great cards for Hammer. Also, we have Consign to Memory. We'll attack for 1. I'll play Silvergill Adapt, hoping to draw a card. Because once we can draw a card and we can hold up Consign to Memory, I don't see our opponent reasonably beating us from there. I'll show the other Silvergill Adapt. Dismember is great too, but I really need more mana. Probably by next turn, I'll probably have to put the brakes on. No! Urza Saga is a great way to lose the game. Esper Sentinel. That card is also very unpleasant. For many a reasons, many a reasons. How many artifacts? We have 2 artifacts so far. Are we missing 1 more artifact? Unless it's on the way. Stern Scolding's a bit late. So, don't know what we're going to do here. That's why I wanted that 1 extra land, because then you can keep definitely applying creatures while holding up mana. Sorry, holding up all this beautiful interaction. Beautiful interaction. So beautiful. Attack! You're not going to block, I know. And I guess I feel very inclined to dismember this Esper Sentinel while the shields are down. Because they've got cards to protect the Esper Sentinel in white, but not in colorless. Not that I remember. The problem is, if I dismember and I have to let them draw a card off of it. That's the only upsetting thing about all this. But maybe I do let them draw a card. And if they try to respond, but with what's called Hammer, we can consign it. It's not... Oh, but then they'll draw another card off of it. Oh, no. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. You get to draw a card, yeah. Draw 2 cards if you want. I will not pay the 1. You will draw another card here. But you have 1 less artifact on the battlefield. But anyway, they did draw some extra cards. It is actually very possible we're going to consign to memory this Urza Saga search for something ability. It would be really nice if they didn't draw a land for this Urza Saga, then I don't really have to deal with this stupid thing. And we're still bringing on the beats. We're still bringing on the beats. Versus Hammer, I am pretty confident that we have a good matchup because of our interaction. We have a lot of interaction. We used to have even better interaction, but I think the interaction that we have right now is more than sufficient. Between the Stern Scoldings, the Consigns, the Dismembers, the relatively low curve. Tasha's Tidebinder helps a lot. It used to be better because like we could kill Urza Saga. So Urza Saga is probably the main threat in this matchup, but of course we have the Engineered Explosives in our sideboard for that matchup, if I could show it off. And that's like the main, like Engineered Explosives is for Urza Saga, and then it'll do double duty in this matchup because it blows up things like Sigurda's Aid and or Mox Opal. Okay, so they're going to go search for an equipment card. Guess they're going to go get the Colossus Hammer. Yep. Interesting. Are they choked on it? They really have no mana? Because otherwise I'd be making some constructs here. So what's the idea here? What's the big idea here? Oh, got the Gloom-like Verge. Beautiful. Okay, we'll just swing here. I'm wondering if their idea is to pop Urza Saga to go get a Haywire Mite, just so that they have like they have a random creature on the board. I think that's their idea. I think that's the point. And then I think in response, I'm just going to consign to memory it, so that they have nothing on the bat, so they have no creature. So they'll probably just float a mana here. That's fine, and I'll consign this thing, this ability. And we still have Stern Scolding up if they play a creature. So that's one less artifact that's on the battlefield for Mox Opal. One less creature to put a Colossus Hammer on. It's all good stuff for us. Yeah, Hammer can resolve. Nothing I can do about that. Another Sigurda's Aid doesn't change anything, so that can resolve too. And it's not an artifact, it's an enchantment. Trying to be careful not to let this Mox Opal get alive. And that end of turn, we'll just put a Hexcatcher in play. And I think that's about it. That should be game. Because we have a Stern Scolding up, and we have a 2-turn clock. And we just drew Mindspring Merfolk. So we'll play Silvergill Adept. Revealing Mind Spring pass. That will certainly make our opponent very worried. I have no idea how they get out of this. It's impossible. It's impossible. Oh, what is this going to do? It gives them some... there's nothing I can do about it, though. Or actually, it does. I can counter it. Yeah, I'm going to counter this thing. I don't know what you're going to do with this. I don't want to know. I don't want to find out. You know, let's not think too hard. I can counter it. I'm going to counter it. That's a good card versus us, Portable Hole. That's strong. Very, very strong. All right, we lead. Fortunately, the Esper Sentinel did not yield any lands for that Urza Saga. And main deck Consign! Not everyone believes in main deck Consign. Like, Consign to Memory is like a 4X in every blue deck sideboard. And I'm like, what's a matchup that this is a blank against? I think it's the worst versus Boros Energy, and it still interacts with them. It still interacts with, like, a Johnny entering the battlefield, Flage entering the battlefield, Pyromancer entering the battlefield. A lot of ETBs over there. Okay, cards that we want. I used to bring in Harbinger of the Seas, but it's useless now. It's completely useless. Engineered Explosives, obviously we want. We do want Consigned to Memory. We don't want Mistcaller because it's a 1-drop. We actually want to reduce our 1-drops because Engineered Explosives is going to be played on 1 and 0. It's going to be the most common. And I think we're going to take out Silvergill Adept. It's not the shiniest in this matchup. Or was it Hexcatcher? Okay, I got a sideboard guide. What does my sideboard guide say? What are you paying for? Or in this case, not paying for. You get to freeload off of it from the videos. What do I have for 4 Engineered Explosives, 1 Consign? Yeah, exactly as I did. Got rid of 2 Silvergill Adepts. 2 Silvergill. I'm not. So when it comes to Force Negation, I think it's fine on the draw. But that's about it. And it's still awkward because your opponent can play like things like Colossus Hammer at the end of your turn, which makes it useless. But I think Force Negation, and only as a 2-of. I would never bring in more than 2 in this matchup. And in this matchup, this is another one of those matchups, Hammer Time, where you don't want to 2-for-1 yourself too many times, or else you're going to just end up being too low on resources versus your opponent, who's actually, like, they've got a lot of card advantage. Like, Urza's Saga is basically card advantage. Urza's Saga, and they're fighting at what, like, they're doing their best to 2-for-1 you with 1 mana. They're doing great. On the draw, this hand's terrible. I have nothing to do on turn 1, and against such a hyper-aggressive deck, you want a mulligan for some means of like interacting turn after turn. This hand's much better. We'll keep this. I'll get rid of Sink into Stupor because it's just painful. I don't have a very good... or do I want it to curve out? I could get rid of the Reejerey. Reejerey is pretty clunky on the draw. Also, Mask the Pearl Trident's pretty clunky on the draw. Okay, I'll get rid of the Sink. We'll just hope to draw more lands. Hope to draw more lands. Reejerey is actually okay in this matchup because our flash speed creatures can now interact with our opponent's creatures. So you play a Hexcatcher or a Flood Pit Drowner, you can tap something down. The only downside is it's sort of clunky, and you don't really want to go shields down versus this type of deck. Okay, Mox Opal resolves. Sigarda's, that's fine. It's not an artifact. Pass to us. I think I'm going to play this a little bit slowly. I just don't want our opponent to get a creature on the battlefield, so I'm going to pass, and we'll dismember or consign to memory a particular card. Or maybe they're going to play Urza Saga here. Oh, there we go. That makes some sense too. Yeah, it can add mana. And then I'm going to think about what I'll do with that next turn. Playing Colossus Hammer now. Okay, so they've got that other thing in their hand. What's it called? That creature that can move things. Move the cards. Go get another island, play Mindspring, and pass. I have a bit of a decision. I can consign the Urza Saga Construct Maker, and I think that's what we're going to do. Because I can't really beat these constructs. Especially if our opponent has another mana source, or plays another artifact for free to turn on Mox Opal. Oh, you got the boots in your hand, okay. So, Mox Opal online. Which is unfortunate, so if they got that Paladin, there's the Paladin. So they can move Colossus Hammer right now. When it gets haste and... Oh, it has haste and ward. Okay, well, this is a problem. This is a big problem. Turns out Consign wasn't that big of a deal at this very moment. I mean, I know they were telegraphing Pure Steel, but not necessarily telegraphing... Ooh! Useless. Could have been useful. What do I do here now? Die? I think I just die. I think I just kick the bucket, in my opinion. I have some nice cards in hand, but their hand was nicer. Hold on, does it have trample? Okay, it does not have trample yet. Hold on, so next can be pure steel. So they crack the Urza Saga. Okay, I guess I just have to pass here. I'm not going to let them crack Urza Saga, because that would get the Trampler. So we have to chump block this Pure Steel Paladin for a little while. Till we got a plan for this Pure Steel Paladin. We might get a plan. We do have Mare Redri in our hand, so it's not like we don't have nothing to do. They're drawing cards, so it looks like they're empty-handed. If they're going to aggressively draw cards like that. It's probably just a... Well, it can be... I don't know what's in their hand, because it's not lands. If they had lands, then they would have played a land last turn for Urza Saga. Another hammer. That's fine. This thing can become a million big. Oh, but they draw a card. That's fine. So big. So big, this Paladin. 23, 22. What are we going to do about this thing? Another Mox Opal, sure. Oh, that could be in their hand, yeah. They could have been flooded on Mox Opals. No! Oh, I'm dead. Why did you play that earlier? Oh, yeah, I guess they just drew it. That's fair. That is fair. It actually makes a good argument for playing Force and... I forgot about Whip Flare out of that deck. I don't know if that's a new addition or not. Can I deal with that? Only with Hexcatcher? I think I just gotta suck it up. And if they have it, they have it. Or try to hit it with Hexcatcher or something. Whip Flare would make a lot of sense because of the... what's it called? The energy deck. We're not super dead to it, but it's not pleasant to play against. Two Lords and you're protected. And it's got to be like Regery and Master of the Pearl Trident. I am having fun with this Merfolk deck. It's working out pretty well in Modern right now. I would say Merfolk is somehow weirdly better positioned now than it has been in, I don't know, since Nadu was legal. There's just enough matchups, like these Reanimator matchups and Blink matchups that are in the metagame that are like pretty easy to beat. At least for me, anyhow. I mean, I hear from the community, it's like, I can't beat Blink. Blink is impossible. I mean, not really. I think I very strongly believe the 2-for-1s with Flare of Denial, Force of Negation, and Subtlety were holding the deck back versus all these other decks that are trying to get like a lot of value. You trick yourself into believing you need to 2-for-1 yourself to prevent the opponent from getting a 2-for-1 in value, when really to win in those scenarios you have to be playing one mana. You have to be playing like one card to deal with a 2-for-1. Or if you ever 2-for-1 yourself, make sure that your opponent also got like, if you ever trade 2 cards for a resource, that your opponent also traded 2 cards. So like, I have no problem sacrificing Mistcaller with a Solitude on the stack, and then they exile a creature in play, but they can never ephemerate it. Stuff like that. You just gotta stay 1-for-1 on card advantage, and hopefully the game plays itself. The game will take care of itself. So when your opponent has Whip Flare, just one thing to keep in mind. Also, we have Mindspring Merfolk to help protect the board. Just make sure you don't commit too many things to the board. You know, having 2 things on the board is fine. It's probably the most that we're going to want. And if we commit more, we have to make sure we can protect ourselves from a Whip Flare. That's all. That's all that's important. Our hand is okay. We'll keep this. Actually, the hand is good. The hand is good. Start off with Mutavault, Ether Vial, and pass. And then we'll have Consign up for next turn. And I don't know if I'll hold up Consign up next turn. Maybe I'll just slam a Silvergill Adept, reveal a Mirror Readery. Sagardizade again, sure. Draw an island, which is ideal. Can't play around any creatures. So let's play Silvergill Adept. Well, I mean, I could consign like a Mox Opal. What else can I consign? Just trying to think. Maybe it's no point. Like, I can vial this thing in next turn, so let's just pass. We have Floodpits Drowner if they play a creature that I can't hit with consign, or if they play something I can consign, I'll just consign it on the spot. Okay, that's interesting. Because if we hit the mana part of this... No, I don't think it does enough. I might have to consign the creature part again. Sure. Corey Steelcutter. Fortunately, an equipment... when you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white monk token, and then you can blah 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 this thing. Okay, sure. I guess you're going to play an Ornithopter or something here. Oh, a Bauble. Okay, so this is where you get creature. Equip. Yes. Beginning of combat, Flood Pits. You. That's right. Alright. So take the vial up. And we have Dismember. That's very strong in this game. I'll probably play the Sink. Actually, do I play the Sink? Maybe I'm going to attack with Flood Pits, activate Vial, put Silvergill Adept in play. Because if I draw a blue source, I'd really like to keep the Sink into Stupor in my hand. I think it's quite strong. I don't really like playing the Silvergill Adept immediately, though. But it would be really nice to know if I can hold on to the Sink into Stupor. Be really nice. I just don't want to play into, like, Whip Flare. Although I'm not really playing that hard into Whip Flare. Also, if they Whip Flare, I guess they kill their monk. Oh, no, they don't. It has prowess. Can you play 2 spells at once here, opponent? Can you? Okay, so I'll play the Silvergill Adept right now. Get a little bit more information. We did get more information. Oh man, it's a Glasspool Mimic. That's a really good card. Because when we took the vial up to 3, then we can like copy Floodpits Drowner to further tap stuff down. I think I'm going to just pass. And our hand is just going to be a little clunky. But it's okay, because Consign to Memory and Dismember is all we have to play, I should say. I'm going to consign this thing again. It's mostly because I don't think we can reasonably deal with all these constructs. Construct into construct is pretty ugly. Okay, there's the Whip Flare, which I was well aware about. Well aware of. But I think it's going to be okay. We can follow it up with Reejerey into another Reejerey. And double Reejerey in this game should be quite strong. Got a Mind Spring Merfolk. That is... Oh, that's interesting, because then I can put Glasspool Mimic in play. Alright, so we'll activate Reejerey, play Mind Spring, untap Ether Vial. So if they go for it again, we can put a Glasspool Mimic in play. I'm still gonna hold on to the Sink into Stupor. I'm still gonna hold on to it just for like one more turn. Or maybe I don't. Do I? No, I should still hold on to it. Yeah, I should hold on. This is funny. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. I just thought, like, you're going to Surveil and you're going to lose your thing with Urza Saga, but they draw the card first before they pop the Saga. You put a card on top. They like the card. That's fine. That's fair. Oh yeah, they can't make they can't make a construct, even if they wanted to. Oh, this thing has trample. Oh no. Well, now what do I do? I really need the Sink into Stupor to work then. Okay, so they probably have a protection spell, which is not good. Am I just gonna die here? I'm probably gonna end up dying. Anyway, I have no choice. I have to go for this. So they're probably gonna protect their monk. You know, when they fetched, I should have killed this thing. Oh, they have Reprieve. Okay, I didn't think of that at all. They play Reprieve? I'm out of touch with this game. Completely out of touch. This is gonna be what, for 10? 13, 13? Can't even play this card again. So now I depend on drawing a blue source to bounce the monk token. If I don't, assuming I don't die right here, because I could. The good news is they don't gain life. The bad news is I'm at 3 life. Play Whip Flare. Woo! Never been so happy to see Whip Flare. They got another monk token, but 2 damage to non-artifact creatures. This is a non-artifact creature. You're gonna kill off your own little monk here. Got him. So now it doesn't have trample. What does it cost to get trample again? Equip for a red? Oh, that's easy. Okay, can I kill? I got 9, 13 damage in play. Ah, so close. So close yet so far. Always no. What am I missing here? That is pretty good. Okay, Tashana's Tidebinder can counter the Corey Steelcutter reactivation ability. So what do I gotta do here? This is all very funny. Yeah, this thing's gonna lose everything. What is this? 4, 8, 13 damage. It's only 13 damage. I could, okay, so what are my options? I could attack with everything. I could do that. If I attack with everything, our opponent goes to 1. Sunbait Canyon is offline. They would need to play 2 spells just to get Corey Steelcutter to get online again. But then I can like the moment it triggers, I can counter the thing with Tishana's Tidebinder. Oh, but then they might have 2 no, they would have only 1 creature, which I can chump block. I'm thinking this is the best line, just to put maximum pressure on my opponent. Because it cuts them off a mana. Is there anything else they could do? I guess they could play a second Corey Steelcutter. It's nice to put them down to 1, though. And if they attack with just this, I can activate Tishana's Tidebinder, chump block. I don't know. I hope I'm not being greedy here. If I'm greedy, and they go they play a Corey Steelcutter into like Ornithopter, what happens? Can I block everything? Corey Steelcutter into Ornithopter, 2 triggers. I counter one of the triggers. Oh no, if they play another Corey Steelcutter and put on the Monk, I'm screwed anyway, because Sigarda's Aid will just put it on. Oh, but then I can counter the Sigarda's Aid. Okay, maybe we leave something behind. Maybe we leave something behind. I don't know what the danger is here. And then we'll play... I'm just going to play this thing. I just hope they go for an equip and then we just counter it and that's it. It's complicated. It's very complicated. Oh, they did have a second Corey Steelcutter. So there's the prowess. Oh, I had to attack with everything because now they can just equip with this one on here. That was a better line. So they can't, if they have a second Corey Steelcutter, they can't play both of them. Shoot. Because I have to counter this thing. Or if they play a second ability... I don't think it changes anything. I counter this and then they... yeah, I screwed up. Damn. I was trying to play around a second Corey Steelcutter and I actually failed miserably. What is this? That's fine. Oh wow, did I just win? Because now they can't equip the other one. I think they screwed this up. Oh no, they're going to put it on the Monk. Or actually, which Monk are they going to put it on? This is interesting. Fascinating game. And this would have happened regardless, Sunbay Canyon or not. Okay, so that's going to resolve. Where are they going to put it on? I assume one of these Monk tokens. This is a very interesting game of Magic the Gathering. So if I put my opponent down to 1, this entire line would still have happened. They would have played for 2 mana. This thing enters the battlefield. I activate. Okay, so this happens. That's going to trigger. Yeah. And then we lose. Of course I'd like to use this ability. And then this is just pointless. Which one is supposed to go there? may cast when equipment you control enters. You may attach it to target creature you control. Which one was it? That's going there. Is that one going? I'm just curious which Corey Steel Cutter. I think I want one. I can't remember which one just got played. I'm not gonna move this. I'm just gonna cancel. I'm just gonna say done. I'm not countering anything. I want hopefully this Corey Steel Cutter to move over, but I don't remember which one moved. I can't remember which one is attached to what. I'm hoping this one transfers over. Yes! Oh no, it doesn't matter though. Oh yeah. Oh well. Okay, good games. Very good games. It's a well played game of chess. So if I attacked with everything, put my opponent to 1, this whole sequence happens anyway. Okay, that was a good first game. Was able to defeat 2 Whip Flares. Maybe if I play a little bit more patient with the Silver Gill Adapt. Well, I mean the thing is, if I could really get this, well, there's 2 things. If I could get the consigned, it's not consigned to memory. Yeah, my Sink It to Stupor online, that would help me a lot. Also, if I knew this was even in their deck, I might play a little differently and aggressively kill the stupid monk token on my turn. Maybe. We both had very good hands and it ended up being a very good game. Okay, that was round 1. Let's get on to round 2. Round 2, we lost the die roll, but our hand is very good on the draw. We're going to keep it. We have 2 lands, a Vial, a lot of 1 mana cards. Tashawn's Tidebinder. I mean, we got interaction, got some counter spells. What's not to like? The beautiful thing with Mindspring is eventually you can deploy cards on the bat. Like Mindspring and Ether Vial are like, it's a combo. You know, you want more lands than the Ether Vial, but at the same time you can still deploy creatures with Ether Vial while pumping them up and drawing cards with Mindspring, which is what I really like about it. Yeah, we're up against Tron, which actually makes the Ether Vial sort of clunky because I really want to counter something turn 1 with, or turn 2 even, with our Consigned to Memory, but I don't have that option, so I'm just going to pass. We really have to get this Ether Vial out. I mean, at the very least, to be able to play 2 spells in 1 turn. Yeah, Eldrazi Tron is back. I mean, this is exactly what R&D tried to engineer. Why they had to bring Eldrazi Tron back, I have no idea. I don't think Eldrazi Tron was like a particularly loved deck. It's like, oh, Eldrazi Tron, yeah, this is awesome. I mean, it was a deck out there. Fortunately, this is not a triggered ability. We really need Stifle in this metagame. Or just in the game, period. I will play... I guess I'm just going to play Mindspring and pass. Hold up Consigned to Memory. And then we can activate Vial, put the other Mindspring in play. While consigning something on our opponent's turn. They got the tower, they got Tron. Tron is online. Now we have to fight off against basically a bomb every single turn, more or less. Bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. That's a bomb. Ugh, you're gonna exit. It's a 2-for-1, damn it! It's a 2-for-1. Aye, Ugin of Storms. Honestly, I don't know what that does. I don't care. It's very nice art, though. It's a very nice looking card. Looks very intimidating. Just gonna counter it immediately. I don't want to think about it. Don't want to think about it. All things considered, we have a pretty good hand for this situation. We've got Tashawn's Tidebinder for some more triggered abilities. I wonder, is this Classic Tron? Could be Classic Tron. I don't know the advantage of that right now, though. Do you have another one? Another one. Thought Not Seer. I don't think what I'm going to draw is going to change very much. did not change very much. All right, this enters the battlefield. We will just counter it. Well, I'll counter the trigger. And the beautiful thing is, if they kill Tasha's Tidebinder, Thought-Knot Seer gains its abilities back. Then if Thought-Knot Seer dies... Oh god, I hate that card. If Thought-Knot Seer dies, we get to draw a card off of it. So beautiful. Ooh, Reader's a nice card that I'll not play right now. Or will I play it? I don't think I'm going to play it. Alright, well, I'm going to attack with... I'm just going to attack with these dummies. They don't have good blocks, because I'll Violin a Lord and then activate Mindspring to kill anything off. And I do need to be aggressive. I do need to be aggressive. And then on the future turn, I will... It's interesting they're going for this. Okay, start with putting the Lord in play. And then we will activate this for 1. We draw land. Do I play Cavernous Souls? Mistcaller? Could. I sort of want to save it for later. Well, I can play the Cavernous Souls on Merfolk. Doesn't hurt. Yeah, I'm going to save it for later. The reason is I want to be able to play Reejery and then play Mistcaller and tap down some big stupid creature, if necessary. Not sure what I'm supposed to be afraid of here. I mean, I hate this card. It's a very scary card. Creates an ungodly amount of value. Not to mention it's like a win condition by itself. You think of all those red pinger cards that's like, you know, tap, ping your opponent for 1, and this is just superior to that in every single way. The mana cost isn't even egregious. It's like a colorless. Oh, that's rude. Not a fan of Karn the Great Creator at all. They're gonna go get an artifact. Hopefully it's... I don't even know what I'm hoping for. Maybe a Ballista? Because my board can't... Oh, Ensnaring Bridge! Oh, that's super rude. Are we dead? Well, I mean, it is 2025. We have Ottawaras. We have... What's it called? So we have a lot of things that can beat an Ensnaring Bridge. But I'm a bit far from casting any of that stuff. Alright, new plan. Just cast cards. And then wait for the sink into stupor. We got it! Next problem. Can I possibly win the game? Not really. So if I bounce Bridge, it doesn't even do very much. Okay, I guess that... Okay, I think that's our plan. We're just going to put a big board on the battlefield. And then hopefully our opponent will be vulnerable at the right moment. so that we can sink this and attack for victory. So they can they can block our 2 largest creatures for 10. And the rest is 7, 10. Only 10 damage. We're still a little ways away. And they can make like more tokens. Looking at the metagame, Eldrazi Tron is like the second most played deck, and if that's the case, I might have to adjust my deck a little bit to give myself a little bit more game one. Like maybe play 2 Harbinger of the Seas in the main over, say, 2 Mirror Reejeries. Maybe put Mirror Reejerey in the sideboard. Can't have too many 3-drops in the deck, that's for sure. And I really don't like Harbinger of the Seas versus like any other deck. It's really, really poor. All right, Karn going for another creature. Or card. Maybe a second Ensnaring Bridge. Man, like 10 years ago, this thing hit the battlefield. It was just game over completely. What is this? Flying, trample, destroy. When it enters, destroy target non-creature permanent. This deals 4 damage to each creature. What the hell? What? What is this? 4 damage to each creature? Well, I'm dead. I'm just dead. Who could survive that? Nobody's gonna survive that. That's insane. Oh, this is a non-creature permanent. But we could destroy this creature. Boom. Well, one problem solved. That's for sure. Well, for some reason this game goes on. We need random creatures. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for a random creature. Karn is going to activate to tick up. I'm going to Tishana's Tidebinder it. That's going to unlock my Ether Vial. And if our opponent's hand is air, maybe we can get back into this game. Well, I do need a board, though. I have no board at the moment. I really depend on my opponent's hand being like a bunch of lands or something. Because they have 3 cards in hand. But if it's 3 lands, that'd be great. I can get a few free attacks before I have to play the Sink into Stupor on the Ensnaring Bridge. Another one? Another one? Karn, you're so annoying. Always were. What the hell? This is like silly because I can dismember that thing. Can you activate this thing? It'd be like an 8/8 and it'd be crazy. What the hell is going on here? Exile target creature. Why? I don't really understand this. So you really just want to protect your Karn so badly. But you got rid of the Ensnaring Bridge. The logic, it makes no sense to me. But whatever. Gloomlake Verge. Attack Karn, I guess. Yeah, you made those blockers for something. It seems like a complete waste of resources, but you know what? I'm going to let my opponent cook. They can cook all day long if they want to. Devour of Destiny. Okay, I'm done here. I can't even beat any of these regular cards. All right, Eldrazi Tron. It would be nice to win game 1 versus Eldrazi Tron. It'd be convenient. It didn't happen though. Let's see. Okay, we want Force of Negation because they do have quite a few specifically for Karn the Great Creator. That card is a problem. We want our Consigned to Memory because of all the colorless cards. What else do we want? Harbinger of the Seas. Sometimes it can just win on the spot, sometimes not. We're going to get rid of Stern Scolding, so Mistcaller, Stern Scolding, and 2 Silvergill Adepts. And that's about it. I wonder, it might not be crazy. How many creatures do we have? 30? It might not be crazy to have like a few counter spells in this matchup. Just because there's so many like bombs. But at the same time, a lot of these bombs come with like ETBs or cast triggers. So yeah, sorry, not ETBs, like the cast triggers, because you can't counterspell the cast trigger unless you have Consign. One good thing about Modern, I think it's more or less stabilized. It's very possible that the metagame that we have right now will be the metagame for a good chunk of the future from here on out. The power level is just so high that I'm not even sure if the new sets are going to power creep out what's going on at the moment. This hand's fine. Prefer like a hand that did a little bit more for 1 mana, but we do have Harbinger of the Seas, which shuts off a huge chunk of their deck if it resolves, and they don't have any other colorless mana sources. So if they play like Mind Stone, I am snapping that off with Force Negation. If they go that route, I will not tolerate a Mind Stone. Also counter Expedition Map if it's played, because that can go get a Wastes. Like, I want to be able to cut off our opponent from a basic colorless, like a basic colorless mana. I also want to be able to cut our opponent off of double colorless for the, what's it called? Kozilek's Command, which is also a very frustrating card. Ugh, we have 4 mana immediately. Well, we do have this Consign to Memory, so if they tap out here for something, that's fine. We can Consign, follow it up with Harbinger of the Seas, and hope they don't have Dismember. If they pass, then we're just going to have to play a game of passy-passy. They pass, we pass. Fleshraker. No. No! So the problem is Expedition Map can go get a colorless source that they can still play things like Glaring Fleshraker and crap like that. But at least we have a Consign. But we have no pressure. Like, there is the problem that, you know, we're just going to play, like, how do I put it? They can just play lands and just cast spells. And then that's it. Like that, like, you know, their curve is not, some parts of their curve is high, some parts of their curve is not really that high, like Fleshraker and Thought-Knot Seer and Karn the Great Creator. So by like turn 4 they can still put pressure on us with a bunch of random colorless cards. Was this Mind Stone? That would be bad for me too. All right, nothing's going our way. Nothing, just absolutely nothing. What the hell is this? Why would you even bring this in versus me? What are you going to name off this card? As it enters, choose a card name. Tishana's Tidebinder. Well, I didn't draw it. So I'll attack for 2, and I guess copy my Glasspool Mimic. Sorry, no, I'll copy my Harbinger. And I guess just in case they play, they're at 1 card, so I'll play my Otawara so I can cast the Consign to Memory. Another Ugin's Labyrinth. I mean, good news is this thing's gone. We don't have to worry about that damn thing. Yeah, here's the Wastes. That's what I was trying to fight against the entire time. Oh, but it's stuck in hand. They can't play it yet. Fleshraker is evil. I'm going to counter this. Okay, so I attack for 6. On the following turn, I can only attack for 7. Doesn't seem good to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They may be getting close to all his dust. I think I'm just going to attack for... No, I might have to actually attack for maximum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if they have all his dust, I can cast something and counter it. But if they're gonna like hard cast, say, Devour of Destiny, I think I need to have maximum damage on the battlefield. There's Karn, sure. I can get Ensnaring Bridge, but I can counter it. I will counter it. So if they get Ensnaring Bridge, they'll... Well, it's not good to play it here. What am I going to sacrifice? I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. They're empty-handed. I'll sack 1 Harbinger. I can attack Karn for 3, attack my opponent for 1. They had to like wait a turn on that engineer, on that Ensnaring Bridge. That Mind Spring is a great draw. That was a great draw. So now we're in the driver's seat. Just going to empty our hand here just in case we draw a land next turn. So they're probably going to crack their Mind Stone if they don't draw anything useful here. All's dust. Another Karn? Sure. Can't do anything about it. Unless I want to sack my board, which I do not. They might want to tick up and, like, I don't know, turn Disruptor Fluid into a creature or something. It's probably their best bet. And then, honestly, if they did turn their Disruptor Fluid into a creature, I don't even know what I would do. I have to hope to draw a Dismember. I do have them in the deck for the Glaring Fleshraker and the Thought-Knot Seers. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, instead of, I guess they're putting a Mind Stone out there. So if I went all out on the Karn... I'm going to have to draw this right now. So I can attack with both Hexcatcher and Harbinger the Seas versus the Karn. If they chump block Harbinger, Hexcatcher gets in some damage. I can draw a bunch of cards off of the Mind Spring Merfolk. I'll Mind Spring for probably 2. If Hexcatcher dies... If you die, you die. Maybe it's okay. Maybe I can just attack with the Harbinger of the Seas. Maybe I should just be attacking my opponent. They go to 4. You know what? I take it back. I'm gonna attack my opponent. Because, like, if they're low enough, they're just gonna die next turn. Screw the Karn. Opponent's life total is too low. Like, if I can kill Karn... Like, look, Karn has 6 loyalty. My opponent has 7 life. What's more important getting rid of? I think my opponent. Drew a land and a consign to memory. Sorry, drew a land and Harbinger of the Seas, which is like okay. So my plan is if like Karn down ticks and gets like Walking Ballista, I just consign to memory the thing and we win. That's the idea. And if it's like anything else, I can consign. Yeah, I can consign this. Consign with replicate. And we move on to game 3. Replicate for 1. This. Okay, replicate happens. This can target this thing. And all is countered. And I win. We go to game 3. Yay! Go. I don't even know how. Like I think that game sort of showed how why I don't really even like Harbinger of the Seas very much, even in these matchups. Like they can just cast their cards. Now there was one thing that Harbinger of the Seas did do, and that is preventing. So our opponent put a card under that Ugin's Labyrinth, so Harbinger of the Seas did act like card advantage there. But outside of that, it's like it's crap. We didn't really kill our opponent's mana. They could cast their cards the entire game. Maybe it was a little clunkier than they wanted to, but they could cast their cards. Nothing changed. And we'll submit the deck back. I don't really see anything changing. This hand's really bad. We have nothing to do with 1 mana. We have no plan for anything. Silvergill Adept's not really that good in this matchup. No bombs, no good interaction. I'm gonna mulligan this. It's just two drop. It's two drop heavy. This hand's really slow and clunky, but it's got good interaction. I think it has good creatures, and I'm hoping the Ether Vial is gonna make up for it. This is not a great keep, but I don't want to go down to 5. And if we can just draw 1 2-drop, or even a few 2-drops, and then our next few draw steps, then I think it could make up for this. Could make up big time, or any 1-drops. So any 1-drops, 2-drops, it's all great. Our good old Expedition map. The old Tron mana into Expedition map story. Mutavault was not a bad draw, because now I can attack with a Mutavault next turn. Potentially. Eldrazi Temple. Fleshraker, I guess. Into Dismember. Can we get a Dismember here? We don't get Dismember. Boo. I have a choice of attacking with Mutavault or playing our Silvergill Adept. But if I play... Nah, I guess we're just going to play the Silvergill Adept. That's fine. I'll show a Reejerey. Get a Gloomlake Verge. It was useless. I feel like we're going to die. That's what I feel. I think we're going to die here. We're going to die a horrible, miserable death. We get beaten by some giant bomb. It's coming our way. Some big bomb is going to get played versus us. Another Mind Stone. Oh, great. Mana ramp and card advantage. Or like, it's extra card. They can always crack it for something. Oh, we're gonna Disruptor Flute my... Oh, maybe they're just... What are they gonna do? Disruptor Flute the Tidebinder Mage? Or the Ether Vial? That's what I'm curious about here. What are you gonna go for? Because I showed the... no, I showed the Reejerey. Pretty sure I showed Reejerey, right? Yeah, I showed Reejerey. Oh, I can't activate my Ether Vial. I just can't activate it at all. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Well, it's sort of like mana. Sort of. How do I deal with that card? Oh, that is just rude. Like, that's just rude in my opinion. That was completely uncalled for. Wait, we're drawing terrible. What have I drawn this game? Just Silvergill Adapt in the first 4 cards? 4 cards because I drew a card with our Silver Gill Adept. So I'm going to hold up the Tishana's Tidebinder for as long as I possibly can. Hopefully we draw some 2-drops that I can play. Thought not. So I'm forced to use up my Tishana's Tidebinder here. Either we use it or we lose it, as they say. But I think they're setting up their next turn, which is going to be a big play. They just wanted to clear the way. Or just look at our hand to clear the way for their next card. Oh, they have nothing in hand. That's great. Okay, that's good. Okay, we can beat this board. We can play Reejerey and then start swinging in. And that's a good question. What happens if what happens if I attack with Tishana's Tidebinder and it's blocked by Thought-Knot Seer? What happens? That's a really good question that we all need to ask ourselves here, because we're about to find out. Like, if my Tishana's Tidebinder dies and this Thought-Knot Seer is killed the Tishana's Tidebinder, does the ability come back? I don't know. Anyway, let's find out. We're gonna find out. We're gonna learn things. Do I get a card out of this or what? No, nothing. All right. But the important thing is we learned about something today. We got nothing. Like, I assumed we would get nothing, but you're never sure. Maybe you get something. Okay, I hope our opponent doesn't play anything with a cast trigger. That's all. There's nothing underneath the Ugin's Labyrinth, so that's 1 less mana, but there's still a lot of mana. What is this? 4. They got rid of some of their mana sources. So they have 4, 5, 6. But only... Oh, sorry. They got Eldrazi. They have spawns for days. Another one of these damn things. Oh, well, I can't... Sort of can't beat one, so... I can barely beat one. I gotta counter the second one. We'll just die to the Fleshraker by itself. No, stop playing crap. Oh, okay. You're cracking that. That's fine. What? Get what? Or is this power plant? You're not even close to Tron. Play another Thought-Knot Seer. I'd be fine with that. Oh, another Mind Stone. Okay, our opponent's dirtling. A lot of dirtling going on. Sure. That's fine too. So I'm telling you, you can die to the Fleshraker. It's happened to me many times. Okay, any random creatures from here on out. Anything. Anything. That's not that great. Just gonna go. I'll just say it's not good. Period. They're sacrificing the children. Yeah, I need random creatures so that I can tap down this Fleshraker and just send the whole team in. Well, now they're at the point where they have a lot of mana. So the Expedition map can go get the goods. Why would you sacrifice your token? Are you gonna blow up the board or something? Something big gonna get cast? Oh yeah, something big gonna get cast. I cannot save my creature. The Sink into Stupor is useless. And I want this thing to just resolve. Okay, now we want, like, Mind Spring Merfolk, probably. Floodpit Drowner's... Wow, I could have really used that last turn. But anyway, Floodpit Drowner, I'll take it. Guess we're just gonna pass. We're definitely in a more vulnerable spot than our opponent, though. Our opponent can just, like, top deck bombs. Top decking anything, frankly, is good. Can't top deck anything. And every single time they cast something, this Flesh Raker, like, triggers. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have sank this thing. And then they replay it. And then I play Flood Pits. I don't think it's going to change much in this game. But that would have been more accurate. Because I'm gonna lose this thing anyway. It's possible that they'll play something else this turn, though. Is all I'm saying. Why do they keep throwing away their spawn tokens to cast their cards? Like, what's the point of your mana in the background? Like, every single one of those spawns are like a creature that can be cast. Okay, something else big is being cast here. They're going big, super big. Oh, it's Kozilek's return. Oh, sorry, command. Too many Kozilek cards. Oh, they're gonna kill me by making a bunch of tokens. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, good games. That's too bad. Our opponent stumbled a lot in this game. Like, it was a pretty slow game, just in general, period. But we just couldn't take advantage of it. We drew too many mana sources. Or even things that were spells, but still not... I mean, basic Sink It to Stupor in this matchup, more or less, is just a land, unless they have an Ensnaring Bridge. I don't know what I have to do to change the deck to make this matchup a little bit better. Of course, like, some main deck Harbinger of the Seas is probably the best bet, but it's probably gonna be tough no matter what. Kozilek's Command is very tough, and things like Tide Shaper are no good. They're just bad because of Kozilek's Command. They'll just Kozilek's Command, chew the thing off, and then you're still in trouble. Not to mention, I don't even think Tide Shaper even does much here. They can still cast their cards for 3 mana, for 4 mana, put a lot of pressure on you. Anyway, that was round 2. Let's move on to round 3. In round 3, we lost the die roll, but our hand is very good on the draw. We're going to keep it. Got Ether Violent to Dismember. Always very nice. Thundering Falls. What could this be? Consult the star charts. The top X cards of your library, where X is the number of lands you control. I guess this is some control deck or something. Which is... I guess it's okay. I don't know how useful the Dismember is going to be in this matchup. But I do expect that Tishana's Tidebinder, and just playing and having Cavern of Souls and just playing slowly is going to be good. That is going to work out for us. Kicker. Number of land cards you control. Put one of those cards in your hand. If it was kicked, put 2 of those cards in your hand. That's card advantage. You don't see control very much right now in Modern. That's the only unhealthy part about Modern right now. There's no actual control deck. Consult the stars? Alright. Look at 2 cards. Take one of them. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Uh-oh. Null Drifter. Can't do anything about that. So you draw some cards. But now we're online. Oh, I drew Miscall at the completely inappropriate time. Least appropriate time. So we are, based on our hand full of 3-drops, we are going to take the Vial up to 3. And I don't think it's going to be a big problem. If we draw 2 drops, we can just cast them for 2 mana with Cavern of Souls. That should be totally fine. It's not going to backfire on us. So this is some sort of, I assume they have Consign to Memory in their deck. You know, it's so bizarre. I haven't played against a control deck in Modern in such a long time. It's not like I forgot how to play against control, but it just feels weird. It just feels weird. Passing the turn, back and forth. Oh, Dismember again. But Dismember might not actually be bad. Because if they play Consign on their Null Drifter, we can Dismember it. This is a very powerful card. This is a very, very, very strong card. Not to be underestimated at all. I guess our opponent has a lot of counterspells in hand. They're not interacting with our board. And they're just going land, pass, which is totally fine with me. So we'll play Regery. I guess they're working up to maybe hard casting a Null Drifter. Stern Scolding is good, so if they go Bolt, Snap, we can Stern Scolding the Snapcaster Mage. Still doing nothing. I can survive an Anger of the Gods, so I'll play the Mist Caller. And we can untap the Cavern of Souls so I can still have, like, Tishana's Tidebinder hard cast it up if I need to. So I'm committing more cards than I normally would like to on the board. They just can't. Okay, they had a handful of counterspells. That happens. Free wins versus the counterspell decks. I assume I don't want Dismember. Okay, I have no guide for this. What do I want? So I could... Consign to Memory is going to be fine versus Null Drifter. It also probably is fine versus Snapcaster Mage. We probably want Mystical Dispute. Okay, well let's bring a bunch of generic cards that are good versus counterspell decks. Harbinger of the Seas could be good if they don't have a mountain. If they don't have a mountain, then it's very strong. You know what? I am going to bring in a few to test the waters, and we'll see what happens. I don't think Mistcaller is good in that matchup. We have to take out 5 cards. I'm assuming Dismember is not very good. Usually it's not. And we can take out... So many good cards in this matchup. We don't know if they have Snapcaster Mage. I assume they have Snapcaster Mage. Like, usually in the blue-red decks, they have, like, Snapcaster Mage, the Otter, Tishana's Tidebinder. Like, I have... You know what? Until proven otherwise, let's keep Stern Scolding in. I have 30 creatures still in this deck. Let's take out... Maybe a Glasspool Mimic is clunky and hard to use. I gotta take out one other random card. I guess one Regery. I don't really hate Regery. I like the flash creatures like Flood Pits and card advantage like Silvergill Adept. We have a full house. Mind Spring full of Adept. Mulligan. They also mulliganed. No lands. No mulligan again. They kept. We can keep this. Dump. Glass Pool. I guess the Master. Just play at flash speed. Oh, ooh la la. Okay, play Ottawara Pass. We'll probably just boulder ourselves with the Sink into Stupor at some point. They go Island Pass. That's fine. I can do that too. Except I'm going to bolt myself to do it. Oh, so you play Dress down so that you play your Null Drifter for 3 mana, and it's not a blue card, so I can't counter it. So I have to counter this card. It's cute. Hold on, what else could I do? So if you play Null Drifter, I can still flood. What are my options here? I could Flood Pits it, but then that's really mana intensive. You know what? I'm just gonna counter this. I think that's fine. It puts them down a card. They're telegraphing exactly what's in their hand, which is Null Drifter, and that might give me some more room to play around it. Although if I play Harbinger of the Seas, that doesn't do anything versus that card at all. Oh, great, they're tapping out on their main phase. Okay, they're stuck on lands. But if they were stuck on lands, then why are they? Oh, they're playing Dress Down to go get the lands, right? Okay. Now I'm stuck on lands. Good news is if they do play a Null Drifter, I mean, they'll draw some cards, but we do have Flood Pits as a means of answering it. Put a Null Drifter in the graveyard. Or maybe they're just playing Dress Down to hit their land drops. Yep. Happens. And you're gonna lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it. I'll just play a random Flood Pits, put pressure on them. Random Flood Pits. Land. Not land. Attack. See if this is Null Drifter into... Oh, no, it's nothing. Well, we had a lot of opportunities to probably just crush... Oh, well, that's not bad. But they have red mana up. Probably should have played the Cavern of Souls. Lightning Bolt, sure. Cavern of Souls, Merfolk, pass. Okay, this game is complicated now because they're probably not in a rush to tap out on their turn anymore. Can consult the stars all they want. Stars aren't going to tell them anything. Yeah, we had an opportunity earlier on in the game, but now the opportunity has been just shutting us down here. Sure. We'll cast our Silvergill Adept, which they cannot counter. Show them Tishana's Tidebinder. I don't want to show them Harbinger of the Seas, because the moment I do that, they'll go get a basic mountain if that's in their deck. Choose target spell, then flip a coin. Gain control of that spell, and you may choose new targets if you... we can't let that happen. Mystical Dispute that. They gain control of it, they'll draw the card. They'll draw everything. Okay, but now we're shields down, if that matters. But they cannot hard cast the Null Drifter for full retail. They still go get no mountain. Crackling Drake, that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but I'm going to live with it. That's 5 power. Can I race that? Attack for 5. That's a 4-turn clock. It's possible. So the annoying thing with Harbinger of the Seas in these games is it's going to shut off my Cavern of Souls. Is equal to the total number of instant sorcery cards you own in exile in your graveyard when it enters blah blah blah. So just thinking right now, can I bluff attacking? Probably not. Sometimes you can squeeze in like 2 down. Like if Merfolk Trickster is a popular card, what is this? As 4 toughness? Okay, then it does. Merfolk Trickster wouldn't even do anything. Ooh, Murktide Regent. Everyone's giving us a lot of reasons to keep the Dismember in our deck. Crackling Drake over there. Okay, what is this now? 13 damage on the following turn? I just die. 8, 13. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay, let's go on to the next game. The crappy thing is I showed them Harbinger of the Sea, so now they'll aggressively go get their mountain if they have one. I'm going to side out the I think I'm going to side out the Harbinger of the Seas. Bring back our Mare Regery, which is... and Glasspool, which is good versus the Murktide Regent. They got removal, they got removal. Do I want Dismember? That hits the Null Drifter and the Crackling Drake. Dress Down with those cards are weird. They're really, really weird. Dress Down with all those cards are really weird. Stern Scolding. Okay. Stern Scolding, not good. Dismember, probably fine. Consign to Memory. How good is that? It's fine. Maybe not mind-blowing, but it's fine. Okay, we'll just submit this. I mean, they probably have Snapcaster Mage, but we'll just have to grind through it some other way. Hand is okay. It's not the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's not the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Turn 2, we'll play Glasspool Mimic. Hold up Mystical Dispute. Mindspring dead. Mindspring down. Our hand is okay. It's not mind-blowingly amazing, but it's okay. Like, so the deal is, if I know my opponent has no mountain in this deck, I would absolutely keep Harbinger of the Seas in here. Harbinger of the Seas, though, it's pretty bad if they have a mountain and they just go fetch out their mountain and be done with the game. Our opponent's about to make a cardinal sin here. Passing the turn with a fetch land, going into our third land drop and passing. If they fetch, I will snap to Shauna's Tidebinder this. If they got Stern Scolding or Mystical Dispute, great. If they don't, they are screwed. Screwed. That doesn't change anything. You still lose the land. I'm not thrilled that we're getting eaten up by these Galvanic Discharges, but, you know, whatever. We're going to fetch now? Oh, they learned their lesson. They've played Knifey Spoony before. They still didn't get a mountain. Still no mountain. Interesting. I drew another Regery. Play Silvergill Adept. They go for a counterspell. We'll play Mystical Dispute. Oh. I can Mystical Dispute this too. Puts them less on cards. We keep our card advantage. I think it's good. Do you have Force? Force Negation? That'd be really aggressive. Draw land. That is very good. Consign is up, so if they play Null Drifter, we can just consign the Null Drifter. Then we get to play our Regeries. At least one Regery. Blood Moon! I guess that's why they've got no... they don't get their mountain. Resolves. Now, funny enough, it is not good versus the hand that we have immediately right now, though. Our hand is actually quite good. Or good enough, I should say. Ugh! We have to keep going shields down every single turn. Oh god, don't get me with, like, Anger of the Gods here. We have one more turn to play around Pyroclasm. One more turn. No! Okay, it's just Null Drifter. That's fine. I can live with that. No! No, 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 no! Don't kill it! Don't kill it! I can't defend. I can't defend versus this nonsense. Blood Moon's good here. Blood Moon's very good. We need like auto... I mean, we don't need anything. I just need our opponent not to kill our creatures. Just pass the turn. Yeah, Blood Moon's really good because I can't double spell a turn every turn. What the fuck is this? Players can't gain life. Whenever this creature enters, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls. That's fine. You got non-basic lands too. Okay, ooh, that was good. That was very, very good. So I could go I could just go Flood Pits now, attack for 5, hold up Mystical Dispute and Consign to Memory. That seems totally fine with me. And we play around counter spells by doing this. Another Null Drifter. I think I just want this to resolve. And then we just counter anything that's important later. Because if I were to consign that and our opponent plays Whip Flare, we lose. But I can counter a Whip Flare right now. With Mystical Dispute. Okay, we win. As I have foreseen. All right, well, it's an interesting deck. There was definitely, I mean, things like Blood Moon. There was definitely room for us to lose to surprise value, but fortunately the surprises weren't big enough. That was round 3. Let's move on to round 4. Round 4, we won the die roll. Our hand is like a bunch of curves, so I'm gonna keep it. We're up against Ross Merriam. A very fine. Oh. What was Ross known for? Elves and Legacy. Can't remember the modern deck, though. Also, definitely can't remember what Ross is playing right now in modern. Great commentator. Great commentator as well. We're going to start this party off with a Mindspring Merfolk. No surprise here. Oh, we dead. Are we dead already? Is this just energy? Oh, good. It's not energy. It's probably something that beats us anyway. Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting. Well, it's not Grixis Reanimator. Some sort of Jund Reanimator? Maybe Hollow One? Maybe Hollow One? That's possible. I don't have a lot of information to work off of here. If I remember correctly, Ross will, Ross is someone who's willing to put a lot of work into like something closer to tier 2, tier 3, if he believes that deck is very, very strong. Definitely he's definitely willing to explore the format. Oh, good God. 2 Arclight Phoenixes. How was that a hard decision? How was that? How? I don't get it. I will play this on Merfolk, and I guess I'll just attack for 1. How many? It's if you cast 3 or more instant or sorcery cards this turn. Okay. So we're a little ways away from that then. Basic Mountain. Life from the Loam. So this is supposed to dredge. I don't even want that. I don't even want that to resolve. So if I let it resolve, it's coming back next turn anyway. Okay, I think we're just gonna let it resolve. I'm gonna play Hexcatcher into Mare Reader, and then hopefully we can follow it up with like a really big turn. Even though it I sort of have to tap out here. No, I don't love tapping out here, but we just have to do it. I just hope that Ross doesn't have an even bigger turn than my turn. Because Ross is set up for a big turn next turn. Could have like, oh yeah, Creeping Chills. Was that Vengevine in the graveyard here? Oh no, that's just Life from the Loam. Oh yeah, okay, Stinkweed. Okay, it's Dredge. Okay, it's Dredge. So I guess that's weird. Okay, so it's Dredge with Arclight Phoenix. This deck is meant to go way over. Oh, it is Hollow Vine of some sort. Each player draws 3 cards, then discard 3 cards. I am not going to discard anything in my hand. Ooh, look at this. Our hand is great. Anything I discard. I don't even know if there's a bad way to discard stuff here. Oh, okay. Conflagrate isn't going to do enough because we have Hexcatcher. Or no, it will. Well, I'm not going to love it. We kept the land, unfortunately. So Ross can go play land, fetch, Conflagrate my board. I sack 2 things, keep Regery. I don't know what he's up to. Can he go for a kill here? Another Arclight Phoenix hit the graveyard. So there's 3 Arclight Phoenixes. Alternatively, he could go for 2 more spells this turn. Attack me for 9, then threaten to kill me. Do you happen to discard the cards that he loamed? Not entirely sure. Because he did get 2 lands, but I can't tell if those lands hit the graveyard. Oh, so he's going to Conflagrate. I'm going to sack something. He's going to play a land, play another spell, trigger the Arclight Phoenix. I'm going to sack my Hexcatcher, then attack me for what appears to be 9. And I'll only have a Regery in play. But we do have a little bit of comeback potential because we're going to play a Regery, untap a land, play Flood Pits, and we can tap down the entire board. Oh. Just 3 damage on that? Well, no. Well, anyway, in any way that thing was going to get countered. So I assume there's just going to be land drop, play spell. Oh, is there a Lava Dart in the graveyard? Hitting me? I can't die this turn. Oh, but it couldn't kill anything on the board either. Gotcha. Alright, here come the Phoenixes. Millions of Phoenixes. How aggressive. I mean, Ross could be on defense here. But if Ross is on defense, I'll be on offense. Okay, is there any other crazy stuff? Obviously, I'm not paying attention to this graveyard enough. There's Life from the Loams like crazy. Okay, Ross is going to go for it. Which is fine. We're going to go for it ourselves. Oh, very nice. Okay, so this, play our Regery. Untap land. Attack for 7. And then I can play the Silver Gill Adept for free. I will have to show the flood pits, but I don't think it's a big deal because I'm going to be forced to show the flood pits anyway. What is Silver Gilded Depth going to get me? Ooh, a Mind Spring Merfolk. So I can net mana here. I can't do anything with it, though. Well, it's one extra card that I can use to sacrifice if necessary. So we're trying to dodge 3 more Creeping Chills, basically. That's basically what we're trying to get happen. So I don't get it. What happened with that last land? We let Life from the Loam resolve. I guess the lands were discarded. If I'm understanding everything correctly. Another Arclight Phoenix hit the graveyard. It's pretty useless. I think we are in complete control here. And we win the first game. No graveyard hate necessary. Okay, Harbinger of the Seas is not going to be shouldn't be good. Ugh, I don't think any of this is good. Dismember is not going to be good. So it's just Dredge. This is going to be good. So counterspells are good. Usually Harbinger of the Seas is good versus Dredge. If they're like a super multicolored deck, this is just mostly mono red though. I also don't even know if this is Dredge. No, but hold on. It still cuts them off. I can still cut them off green from Life from the Loam. What else am I cutting off? I just don't know if it's worth it. And honestly, I think, Consigned to Memory might be good. You know, if there's a bunch of Arclight Phoenixes in the graveyard and they all trigger, I can consign all the triggers. That's interesting. Oh, Mistcaller is going to be great. Oh my god. Okay, so hold on. I don't think I need Counterspell. But I need to bring stuff in. Okay, I got rid of the Dismembers. Okay, let's bring in, maybe bring in Consigned to Memory. You know, spending through, and I also can counter Creeping Chill. It's not the greatest of value, but it's not terrible. Okay, submit this. Oh, you know what I could use Counterspell for? Conflagrate, because that's still annoying. This hand is a hand. It's not... It's the type of hand that could get rolled, but whatever. I'm not going to throw away Ether Vial hand on the draw. I will keep this. Yeah, so Ross, what is it? Apex Gaming is the place that he does commentary for. I think it's Apex Gaming. I've been like meaning to go out to like one of these Apex Gaming events, but like it's in the middle of nowhere. It's so hard to get to. Yeah, it's Apex. I think it's Apex Gaming. Because they stream their events, and I really appreciate that. I really like that. Oh, God! And Stinkweed him. Alright, so we are in some trouble! Oh, so that's another reason. Okay, so actually we have a lot of reasons to bring in Harbinger of the Seas. So if we lose this match, I'm definitely going to bring in Harbinger of the Seas. Because I can't interact with the red stuff, but I can heavily interact with... all the other parts of this deck that are being used. Another Arclight Phoenix. It's definitely annoying. Play land pass. Well, I can do that too, Ross. Are you going to blow my Ether Vial? Discard a card, then draw a card and has rebound. Yes, that resolves. Discard another Stinkweed Imp. Oh, and you get to dredge again. Oh, so what is this? It's just an Arclight Phoenix dredge deck? That's what I'm gathering here. That's what I see so far. Okay, pass. Once we get Reedry in play, I guess we'll be in good shape to play around the Dark Blast. Oh, it has rebound. I saw it had rebound, so it's just basically 2 mana, draw two, discard a card, discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards. Oh, so it's like, it's not that much different from Cathartic Reunion. And we see a Life from the Loam here. More salvaging, more Phoenix. How many Phoenixes are there? There's now 2 Phoenixes. Oh, but the advantage with this that rebound card is that a spell is played on his turn. So there's 3 Phoenixes now in the graveyard. Okay, wait. This Faithless Looting is going to resolve, because I cannot do anything about it. Are all of the Phoenixes now in the graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, all of them. So I have to prevent these spells from resolving at all costs. I'm doomed. I'm doomed. Just in case the mana is necessary. Oh no, the mana might be necessary for the future. Oh no, this doesn't change anything, because there was that rebounded card. Hold on, how does this work? Okay, if at the beginning of your combat, if you cast 3 or more instant or sorcery spells this turn, return this card from graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, I screwed up. Oh, I can't it doesn't change anything here. Okay, that resolves, because I really need to play Flood Pits on one of those creatures. Oh, that's sad. Okay, I really screwed that up. So 3 spells have been played this turn. Because all the Phoenix would come back. I can Flood Pits one of them. I get attack for 9. I go to 8. But on the following turn, I can still like sink into stupor 1. Maybe that's not that good. So all 4 of these trigger like a dummy. I am. So I'm going to hit for 12 instead. Hit for 12, go to 5, making it a little bit less possible to survive this turn or this game. So if I Flood Pits 1, I can, well, the game continues. I'm not going to say I'm going to win. Oh. Well, that was poorly timed. That was very poorly timed. Is there any... Oh, there is some damage. Lightning Axe. It's like, is there any way of... Any 1 damage stuff? Okay, can I come back in any way here? I'm going to tap 1 down. No, it's impossible. Let's just move on. Let's move on. If I could tap 1 down, bounce 1, take 6, and I die. But I really need to Flood Pits 1, take less damage, and make it a little bit more of a game. And maybe I could come back. Maybe. It's possible. Do I want to check? Okay, I do want the I think I want Harbinger of the Seas. Do I want it more than Tishana's Tidebinder? Probably. Especially on the play. So we'll bring in 3. I want more. I'm gonna bring them all in. It will make playing several cards a turn very hard. And that's the idea. Go get my pen. I like to twirl with. Oh no! This hand looks great. No lands though. Mulligan. This hand is too land heavy. I'm gonna mulligan again. That's a hand. I'm gonna keep it. We'll dump one Mind Spring. Guess we'll dump the Consign. It's not a beautiful hand though. Where's our, what's it called? Where's our Mist Caller? This is a Mist Caller hand. Sorry, this is a Mist Caller matchup. Oh! Look who showed up at a good enough time. I sort of smell Lightning Axe. So I'm just going to attack for 1. And I'll play Flood Pit Drowner on the following turn. Also could be Dark Blast as well. Trying to play around a Hex Catcher. So anyway, on turn 2 is not going to be the turn that they go Ross is going to go for, what's it called, like a bunch of Phoenixes. Also, there's like no Phoenixes in the graveyard anyway. Blood Crypt pass. If this is Dark Blast, I'm just in a lot of trouble. If it's some sort of looting card, that's fine. No, it's Dark Blast. Alright, so that is big problems for us. So we have to play the Master of the Pearl Trident here. Hope for no Lightning Axe. But like, Ross is playing really patiently and slowly, so I imagine that he's got all the answers. Okay, no Lightning Axe. Burning Inquiry and Lava Dart hit the graveyard, which sort of sucks, because now you can go like Dark Blast, then Lava Dart, the Master of the Pearl Trident. It would cost him a land though. Because like right now, I can't like beat a Dark Blast. Ooh, Cathartic Regain. Okay. Oh, so if the graveyard is favorable, Ross will dump the entire hand. Because you can go Dark Blast, Lava Dart. Oh, there's a lot of Lava Darts. Good God! And a Conflagrate. Well, now we're in a position where I like just desperately need Harbinger of the Seas. So here comes the Dark Blast. Then the Lava Dart. It's going to bring back how many Phoenixes? Even 1 would be a big deal. Because I currently can't beat the Dark Blast. Well, that's a nice card, but well, maybe it's going to work out for us. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to attack for 1. We play our Silvergill Adept, reveal Mistcaller. But we're probably going to have to lose the Mistcaller to our Force Negation. How many Lava Darts are in the graveyard? There's still 1. There's several Dark Blasts in the graveyard. There's not just 1 Dark Blast. There's like a million Dark Blasts down there. Brought back Stinkweed Imp though. Funny enough. Oh wow, you still have a Dark Blast in hand? I'm just gonna keep mana choked for now. Burning Inquiry. Oh, that sucks for us. So we're not going to keep anything good. 2 Arclight Phoenix hits the graveyard. How many spells have been played? 2? 2 more Creeping Chills hit us. Oh yeah, we dead. We super dead. Very do I even play? I'm just gonna pack it in. We're just gonna pack it in. Nah. This game was not for us. Third game we just got smashed. It was too bad we couldn't keep a better or like any reasonable seven or 6 card hand. Maybe the matchup was gonna be tough though. The deck is full of lava darts and dark blasts. But knowing now a little bit more about the deck, I could have had Harbinger of the Seas in game 1, which would have given us like more game against both of those cards, because Harbinger of the Seas will give Ross less mountains to sacrifice to Lava Dart. Also, that's a card, you know, that having a 2 toughness creature, maybe actually now knowing about the deck, I should actually keep, what's it called, anything with 2 toughness. Like, I had to keep all the 3 drops, all the Regeries, all the Tidebinders, because these 1 toughness cards were just unbelievably vulnerable to this matchup. And yeah, that's probably the things that I would change now, knowing what this deck list is like. It's a very original list. I've never seen a thing like it. Anyway, that was round 4. Let's move on to round 5. Round 5, we lost the die roll. We have a reasonable hand on the draw, though. I'm going to keep it. We can cast our spells, which is what I mean. Meticulous Archive. It's Blink. It's Blink. Don't close your eyes, because it'd be over could be over before you know it. Alright, finally, this is a good matchup. I'm not sure if the metagame has adapted to Blink or not. There was a moment you're seeing it everywhere, like it's just all over the damn place. I'll attack for 1, then we'll play Silvergill Adept. Because I need cards. I guess we'll show... I want to show him one of the flash creatures. I guess I'll show Flood Pits. And we do draw a land, that's good. I want to show a flash creature because that is just very likely what I'm going to play soon. Or I guess I could have shown a Regery. What the hell is this? With Warp. When this creature enters, search your library for a Plains card or a creature card with mana value 1 or less. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Sure. You want a Plains or a creature? If it reveals Guide of Souls. Look at the value here. We're up against a Guide of Souls deck. Huh. Well then. Well, if our opponent has okay, so this is an island, so I don't have to play Regery. Oh, they're gonna gain so much life. Okay, I'm just gonna hope that there's no what's it called? I'm gonna attack with both these actually. I have to just hope that there's no Solitude coming. There's no Solitude into Ephemerate. Because I feels like I have to play like a little greedy here. The Guide of Souls will gain a lot of life. They like play 2 Guide of Souls and they follow it up with like, I don't know, Ophelia. It could be in a lot of trouble. Okay, they got a Plains that time. They want to curve out now, huh? Guide of Souls 1. Guide. Oh, Oscillate Pride. What the hell is going on in this game? Blue? What do you want to do with blue mana? Mockingbird. Copy the Oscillate Pride, I guess? Or Guide of Souls? Okay, Oscillate Pride. Don't you have another Guide of Souls in hand? Could have swore there was another Guide of Souls in hand. So the good news is our hand is not bad. In some ways it's not great though. So we'll play, let's start with Mind Spring. Sun taps a land. Hex Catcher, I guess. Untaps a land. Need to get this in place so I can play around Ephemerates. Play a Lord, untaps a land. Okay, can I kill? The answer is probably no. This is how big? I have 5, so this is 5, 10, 18 damage. It's a lot of damage! It's not enough damage, though. So let's just hoof our opponent for a big ton of damage and figure out what we want to do with these Flood Pits Drowners next turn. You want to ephemerate this creature? Well, I'm going to counter the ephemerates. That's a very nice ephemerate, by the way. It's a very nice art. This should be like the default art everyone plays with. So we might, if we win this game, it's probably because our opponent punted. Because when we played Hexcatcher, basically at sorcery speed, our opponent had the option to ephemerate the Starfield Shepherd, and just didn't take advantage of it. Starfield Shepherd, that resolves. I can't do anything about this. I basically probably have to Flood Pits both these Oscillate Pride so that they don't deal damage with life. Guide of Souls again. Sure. Okay, I think we win this game. We are going to... Okay, hold on. They can do... This is 9 damage in energy. So at the very least, I'm going to tap down 1 Oscillate Pride to prevent them from gaining life. These feather counters can do stuff. Okay, so what... So it's 3. No, okay, you can pay 3 energy. So 3, so that's an extra 6 damage. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 14. That's enough. Yeah, okay, I'll just tap down. Just get rid of the stuff that makes white, sorry, the stuff that gives lifelink. And when they go for a big attack, it's not going to matter. We'll block everything we can on the ground. Oh, little kitties. Many little kitties on the ground. Why does it come into play tapped? This is the most damage they can do. Activate to your heart's content. That's right. Play your deck. Make your deck do as much as your deck can do. Yeah, so there's going to be a little extra life gained here. By a little, I mean a lot, but we're attacking for a lot too. Okay, so they go to 22. I'm pretty sure we can win from here. Or can we? We lost. We did lose a second Mutavault. Okay, this is 4, 8, 4, 8, 12, 15, 25. Seems like a plan. Do not attack with your Master of the Pearl Trident. It'll be blocked by the stupid first striker, and then maybe it dies. The deck clearly does something. I mean, we weren't that far off from getting crushed by it. Okay, so that warp card is worth... I mean, I think I'm just going to treat this deck maybe similarly to how we treat Blink, because it's sort of similar. Feels very similar. Where we want to bring in Consign to Memory. Probably Dismember works here, though. Oh, no, but we keep Dismember versus that deck. Okay, we'll get rid of Hexcatcher. And remember, we didn't deserve to win that game. I don't know if Counterspell's good here. So I bring in Counterspell versus the Blink deck. I don't know if you can do that here. They're like more aggro. They can go like turn 1 Guide of Souls, Oscillate Pride, just beat our head in. Maybe I don't. Maybe I have to keep Hexcatcher. Do I force a negation? No, not really. Oh, Engineer Explosive is probably very good here. Well, that's a non-bow with Mistcaller. No, but I think we have to bring it in. I think we have to bring it in. Probably it's better than... I don't know if it's better than Dismember. What does it beat? Not everything blinks in this deck. It doesn't look... Okay, I don't know what's in this deck. This deck could have anything. This league, we're up against like a bunch of decks. I don't know what's in their 75. We are going to take a chance with... I have a feeling Consign is not as good as it could be. Okay, we'll bring in Engineer Explosives, and I bet it's going to be a non-bow in some scenarios, but hopefully it blows the opponent out more than it blows us out. I'm getting rid of the Consign because it's not clear that everything in this deck is worth countering. Like, I don't know how many ETBs are in this deck. This hand's a bit miserable on the draw. Mulligan for something better. This hand is good enough, I guess. In fact, if we play the EE on 0, then this hand is great. Because like, E on 1 looks pretty poor. Looks really bad. Keep. We did mulligan so we can get rid of 1 Ether Vial. Yeah, there's the aggro start. I have Dismember. And I'm just going to ignore it. I wonder, are they just like blue-white humans? Or like blue-white energy? With some warp cards? They could play a Johnny here. Although they don't get the benefit of having red cards. For the flip side. Sure. So Mockingbird gets an energy so that they play a random creature. That's strong. They don't have a random creature. They might have Ephemerate here. Well, anyway, I can't do anything. I gotta pass. What you want to do? Quantum Riddler. Sure. I can't do anything about that anyway. So I think what I'm going to do is hope they spend the energy on a Guide of Souls. I'm going to try to kill it. Whatever they spend the energy on, I'll attempt to kill it. Like, if they ephemerate this, then they can't ephemerate the Quantum Riddler. It's not even clear that ephemerating this is even very good value. If they ephemerate Quantum Riddler, that's great. Because we've got Mistcaller. So they thought we were tapped out, which we were. So they lose the Quantum Riddler. They will get the Ephemerate back, but it's pretty useless. Oh, are they going to be forced to play the Ephemerate? No, they don't. They're not forced. They can opt to not do it. It would be hilarious, though. I'm going to leave the Vial on 1 so we can get Mind Spring in play. Oh, that's good. I can play Hexcatcher anyhow. Okay, we'll put a Mind Spring and then Hexcatcher. Now I think start beating our opponent down. If we draw a land, I won't attack with Mind Spring. Oh, that's a good card. Can I draw a land? So we're going to play Silvergill Adept to see if I can draw a land. I don't. In that case, I'll just attack with both these dummies. Just pass the turn. Hold up our Dismember for, I don't know, something. They seem to be starving on cards. They haven't missed a land drop. They might have been really dependent on that Quantum Riddler resolving. Felia can resolve. I have no idea what they want to do with this. I guess blinking my Vial would be frustrating. Sure. Oh, you're only going to attack with the Guide of Souls. Oh wait, it's flying. Okay, sure. No attacks with Felia. Does that mean there's an Ephemerate there? I will... Oh, and some life was gained. That's unfortunate. Okay, so... And some more life is going to be gained here. I'm going to dismember this Felia because this is going to just be frustrating. I can deal with all the 1-drops, in theory. Oh, is there an Ephemerate here? Okay, there's an Ephemerate. That's fine. They're empty-handed, though. This Eon 1 will blow up my board, but also can blow up theirs. So do nothing for now. Got a Flood Pits. That's fine, too. Activate! Activate! Draw a damn card. Can I draw more lands? No. Okay, I'm just going to attack with these dummies, then. Probably will play Flood Pits on the... Maybe on the Oscillate Pride. Or maybe on the Felia. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the Felia. Yeah, the Felia, because the Felia can still blink my Vial, which I don't want to happen. Or actually, let's see what happens with this Ephemerate. Where is this going to go? On the Oscillate Pride? Or okay, it's going to go on Oscillate Pride. That's good. Yeah, I sort of like that. Beginning of combat, let's tap down Felia so that I don't want my Vial to get blinked because I really want to get it on 3. And then ideally, we get Vial on 3, we activate, put Reader in play, we attack for a lot, and then we play EE on 1 and nuke the board. Either way, I can play EE on 1. This is not easy. Okay, so what if I just... Opponent says should have attacked. That was bad. Yeah, you should have attacked. Now, what if I attack for a bunch? Is this lethal? 4, 4, 8. I can activate Mutable too. 4, 8, 12. So 4, 8, 12, 14, 17, 21. So if nothing gets blocked, 21 damage gets through. If everything blocks, that works out. That works out as well. Okay, let's act with everything. Opponent has no cards in hand. Like a chump block. I guess a chump block might do it. No! Oh! Could have put my opponent to 1. Okay, whatever. It didn't happen. Oh, it was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is an extra 5 damage. Okay, sorry. I could have put my opponent down to 2. Well, they got nothing, so it looks like we win. They could like throw all the energy on the pride, but it wouldn't be enough damage, and there wouldn't be enough life to gain. All right, we got 50 play points. Oh boy, I love getting 50 play points. Well, that league sucked. It was mostly it was a league of I don't know what cards are in my opponent's deck, so I lose. Lost to the reprieve from the Hammer Time deck. Maybe it's standard now, and that's just my fault for not staying in touch with the metagame. I'm not sure how to shore up the Eldrazi Tron matchup without like horribly bleeding points from every other matchup. I really like how I could throw more Consigned to Memories in the main deck. But there's like only one good card really that makes the difference, and that is Harbinger of the Seas. And even when you have Harbinger of the Seas, sometimes it doesn't make a difference. I know one thing for sure: the random lords do not help with Eldrazi Tron. They don't help whatsoever. They've got a lot of interaction. Ugh, those damn stupid flesh rakers. But you know what? Like when I lose to Eldrazi Tron, it's still close. It goes to 3 games. Like the games are somewhat at parity, but I'm just a little bit behind. And if I could just draw a little bit better, then maybe I could be ahead. Anyway, we still have the tools to beat them anyway in the sideboard. Well, I hope you like this league. I'm still a fan of Merfolk. Gonna keep playing Merfolk. Give a thumbs up if you love Merfolk too, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you next time. See you next time, Fish Fam.